You know the woman I'm talking about, right? She's crushing it at work, making time for family dinners, caring for her parents, and she does it all with a smile. We all know her. Some of us are her. On the outside, you look like you have it all together. A master of juggling a demanding career, a family, and a personal life with what looks like effortless grace. But what if the constant headaches and the nights spent staring at the ceiling are more than just stress? What if they're warning signs that your so-called superhuman strength is actually high-functioning burnout in disguise, and it's silently taking its toll? If you're feeling exhausted, on edge, overwhelmed, or struggling with brain fog, you are not alone. The Superwoman Syndrome, this idea that women have to be everything to everyone all at once without breaking a sweat, is a quiet killer. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on this dangerous myth. We'll explore the hidden signs that you're not just tired, but truly running on empty. And most importantly, we'll walk through real steps to dismantle this myth in your own life, so you can get your energy, your health, and your peace back. The big lie of the Superwoman myth is that she can handle everything without paying a price. The reality is, the price is just hidden. High-functioning burnout is the secret struggle that lets so many of us keep achieving while quietly falling apart on the inside. It's not some dramatic collapse. It's a slow-motion erosion of your energy, your joy, and your sense of self. It's smiling through a meeting when you feel totally numb. It's saying yes to one more thing when you're already drowning. So let me ask you, are you successful, capable, and doing all the right things, but you're still bone tired? Do you feel drained no matter how much you sleep? This isn't laziness. It's a huge sign that your nervous system hasn't had a real break from the pressure in a very, very long time. Often, the physical symptoms are the first red flags. These aren't just in your head. They're real physiological responses to chronic stress. Your body is screaming for a break, but the Superwoman mindset tells you to just push through. This can show up as constant tension headaches, nagging muscle pain, or digestive issues that just won't quit. Maybe you're catching every single cold that goes around. Or maybe it's the insomnia, those nights where your body is exhausted, but your mind is running a marathon. And then there's the emotional toll. Burnout doesn't always look like a panic attack. Sometimes it looks like nothing. A feeling of detachment or being emotionally flat. Hobbies you used to love now feel like chores. Maybe small decisions, like what to eat for dinner, feel completely overwhelming. That's decision fatigue, a classic but overlooked sign of burnout. You're still showing up, you're still performing, but inside, you feel like a ghost in your own life. This is how high-functioning burnout works. It lets you keep up the illusion of success while you're internally unraveling. If this is all sounding a little too familiar, it's because you're caught in a trap that's both personal and cultural, the Superwoman Syndrome. But to really understand it, we have to talk about where it came from. The term was powerfully defined by Michelle Wallace in her groundbreaking 1979 book, Black Macho and the Myth of the Superwoman. Wallace was specifically describing the intense, unique pressure on Black women to be paragons of strength, a shield against the crushing weight of both systemic racism and sexism. This version of the myth, often called the strong Black woman schema, is not just about juggling roles. It's a survival mechanism that can come at a devastating cost. Research has linked this immense pressure to serious health disparities, including higher rates of anxiety, depression, and premature health deterioration. It's an impossible standard born out of necessity, and it carries a burden that is specific and heavy. Over time, the broader culture has co-opted a more generalized and sanitized version of this myth, pressuring all women to excel in every role: professional, partner, mother, caregiver, friend, and to do it all perfectly. This expectation is a setup. Studies show women consistently report higher levels of burnout. The 2023 Women in the Workplace report from McKinsey and leanin.org found that for every 100 men promoted from an entry-level position to manager, only 87 women were. This broken rung on the career ladder means women often feel they have to work harder just to keep up. It's no surprise that women who experience these kinds of microaggressions at work are 4 times more likely to be burned out. On top of that, women still take on the lion's share of unpaid labor, that invisible 24/7 job of managing a household and family. For so many high-achieving women, our self-worth gets tangled up with our productivity. We start seeing rest as laziness, and we use our own anxiety to push ourselves forward. This keeps our bodies in a constant state of fight or flight, flooded with stress hormones. That system is designed for short-term emergencies, not as a permanent way of life. You are not failing, you are depleted. And admitting that is the first real step toward getting better. If this is hitting a little too close to home and you're wondering where you fall on the burnout scale, I want to offer you something. It's hard to see the signs when you're in the thick of it. That's why I created a free, simple, high-functioning burnout quiz to help you get some clarity. It's a gentle way to check in with yourself and understand your own stress patterns. The link is in the description. Think of it not as another task on your to-do list, but as a tool for self-discovery. Breaking free from the Superwoman myth isn't about giving up your ambitions. It's about learning to live and work in a way that's sustainable and authentic. It's about trading the cape for self-compassion. Here are 4 ways to start. First, step 1, get radically honest and redefine your win. The first step is honesty, without judgment. Name what's going on. Say it out loud, write it down, tell a friend. Then, redefine what success means to you. The myth says success is about titles, output, and looking perfect. It's time to stop measuring your worth by your to-do list. True success has to include your well-being. Ask yourself, what would success feel like if it included being rested, present, and joyful? Second, step 2. Draw your lines and drop the perfection act. The Superwoman thrives on having no boundaries. We say yes when every part of us is screaming no. Saying no isn't selfish, it's self-preservation. Start small. Say no to one tiny thing this week that drains you. It'll feel weird, you might feel guilty. But guilt is often just a sign you're doing something new, not something wrong. This also means letting go of the need to be perfect. Done at 80% is better than perfect and burnt out. You are not a bad employee, mother, or partner if you can't do it all flawlessly. You're human. Third, step 3, treat rest like it's your job. For high achievers, rest feels lazy. We need to reframe that. Rest isn't a reward, it's a requirement. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Schedule rest with the same seriousness you schedule a client meeting, and figure out what actually refuels you. It might be a walk without your phone, a hobby, or just 15 minutes of quiet. And be honest, scrolling social media or binge-watching TV often isn't rest, it's numbing. It distracts your brain but doesn't restore your energy. And finally, step 4, ask for help. It's a superpower, not a weakness. There's no trophy for suffering in silence. The Superwoman myth tells us asking for help is a sign of weakness. It's a lie. It's a sign of strength. Delegate at work and delegate at home. Ask your partner or your family for specific help. Don't assume they should just know. If you can, outsource. A cleaning service, a meal kit, a virtual assistant, these aren't luxuries, they are strategic tools for buying back your time and energy, and a direct rejection of the idea that you have to do it all yourself. The Superwoman myth is a silent killer, not because it leads to some sudden dramatic end, but because it slowly and quietly drains the life out of your life. It replaces your joy with numbness, your passion with obligation, and your energy with a deep, bone-weary exhaustion. But let's be clear, burnout is not a personal failing. It is a sign that the way you've been expected to live and work is fundamentally misaligned with your own well-being. Shedding the cape is a journey. It's about letting go of the crushing weight of impossible expectations and learning to believe that you are enough exactly as you are. Life after the Superwoman isn't about doing less. It's about being more present, more joyful, and more authentically you. You don't need to be superhuman. You just need to be human. And that is always more than enough. I'd love to hear from you. What part of the Superwoman myth resonates with you the most? Share your story in the comments. Your words might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today.